Children in all societies and eras should be meant to learn and prosper in their education, not work in factories and earn money. Child labor is the involvement of underage people in full-time jobs that one in a handful of minors go through around the world. Two views, however, are taken into consideration when a topic of such as arose. Is it harmful or beneficial? These opinions began to differ during the British Industrial Revolution, and this was due to the fact that about half the workers in British factories were minors around the country. Many opponents were triggered from what they were seeing, and as a result, Britain created labor laws that helped to put the horrific era to a slow end. The United States caught on to Britain's actions and almost a century later placed several different limitations on it. Child labor is harmful to children of all societies and should be abolished for the remaining years of existence. Owners of companies hiring children seem to clearly not know the general difference between being a child in labor versus being an adult in labor. Children are incredibly vulnerable. Their bodies are still growing and tough physical work can cripple them for life. Children are often powerless to fight back when they are bullied or threatened. They may not know their rights or are scared of reporting abuse to the police. Children are extremely sensitive to any danger that they perhaps might uptake one day at work. And this is significant because the children are working at jobs that were meant for older men that are still in danger despite being older. Although this might seem hypocritical, adults are more vulnerable to dangers at work than children. However, this should be obvious as adults have a more, if not fully developed body, and therefore can withhold more hits and harsher conditions than smaller children can that have less sustainable bodies. In addition, many children working in jobs around the world obtain a very unsanitary way of life. Overall, working conditions for most children are pathetic. Many work sites lack sanitary facilities and clean drinking water. Child workers are exposed to excessive noise, clouds of pollution, and other safety hazards. They eat food that they find on the street or in the garbage dump, drink water, and bathe in the same point as which they wash their tools and mix mud for making bricks. If children are busy most of their time in jobs earning money, they are not in school and becoming better educated on a day-to-day basis. The human cost is immense. A childhood of hard labor often leaves children gaunt and crippled, sickly and uneducated. What's 1 plus 1?
11?
Do you go to school?
24?
Do you go to school?
No.
Do your parents make you work?
Yes.
Why?
Because they're poor.
On the other hand, child labor may actually be beneficial, whether it be for the child's family or for the country's economy itself. Child labor's main advantage is that compared with employing an adult is remarkably cheap. This means that a business expense can be driven down by expanding its child workforce. This in turn increases the business's profit, which is the ultimate goal in any economic climate. By hiring young children, big businesses are profiting far more if they had hired a man that takes minimum wage. This is beneficial to the business owners as they are earning more profit paying way less on labor for almost the same amount of work being done. Briefly, child labor is in many ways unethical, and although it does help business owners and families thrive economically, at the end of the day they are choosing cotton fiber paper over a potentially bright child. That child could have one day, with proper education, become a notorious biologist that will help reduce the percentage of carbon dioxide in our atmosphere. But did it?